Drago. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. Former VTuber, current human being? God, she's so pretty. Oh my god. It was back in early 2024 when I went to an idol concert in Japan on a whim because of my VTuber Oshi who graduated. Needless to say, I got hooked. I think we like idols. After meeting and talking to 2 English-speaking idols there, I realized every single idol has a story, be it why they chase this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do. To learn more about idol culture, listen and talk to idols around the world, be it from Australia to Japan to here in the US, and to give them a platform to tell their story. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ. One of the most prominent kaigai idols in the scene and a very anticipated guest for IDOLEYEZ, PAiDA joins the show to talk about her idol journey, performing in Japan and Australia, and more. All eyes on me. IDOLEYEZ, episode 61. PAiDA. Tonight. So they can hear you. And it's gotta load in. Yeah! And hello, howdy. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. This is Mighty Eggy Drago with episode 61 of IDOLEYEZ with our guest for tonight, a heavily anticipated guest for me. And since like day one, you were one of 6 guests that I've had on a list that I wanted on the show. She is representing Space City. She is your favorite idol's favorite idol. This is PAiDA. PAiDA, how are you?
I am here and I'm alive. But wait, I just saw the. I'm in my closet. I have to put these on. Okay, wait.
You know what? Yay, it's purple. It's fine. It's good. Purple alien.
Purple alien today.
But yes, PAiDA, thank you for accepting this invitation. I was very worried writing that email to your contact, and I was like very scared that you were gonna decline this, but thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Of course, when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, this sounds so fun. Except, like, I don't know. I'm bad at talking in general, especially talking about myself. So I was like, but I wanted to try, and I really appreciate you giving me a little bit of space on your platform to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess, like, when I first heard of you, it was, I think, this is gonna be a deep cut, because, like, back in 2022, you provided vocals for a remix with KB on a Sonic song. That was
yes. The
look-alike, yeah. And I remember researching you, and I was like, ooh, an idol, cool. But like, I thought really none of it, because like I wasn't really into idols at the time. Was sad. I should have been in 2022, but like,
you should have been.
I should have been, because like, way before 2024 when I got into all of this, it was my scope of like kaigai idols was you and Phoebe, and that was it. So, and then like 2024 when I really got into it, I listened to like your discography, and I wanted you on the show, and almost a year and some change later, we are here, and oh my god, I am nervous too. But thank you for accepting this, and let's get this started with a question that I ask every single guest. Who or what got you into idol culture / J-pop culture?
Okay, who or what got me into idol culture? That's such a great question. Thank you for asking. I think, like, I hate to admit this, but I started out like a huge, like, disgusting weeb. So
I mean, that's everyone, right?
is it everyone? Because like, I think these days, honestly, a lot of people are like finding idols through different means, like as to start out, which is a good thing. Is a good thing. But for me, I was big into anime, and within that, like the openings and endings just really captivated me in a way that like American cartoons they just weren't doing that, you know.
Right.
So I just kept listening to more and more like anime openings, anime endings, the OVA songs, and from there I found out just about J-pop in general, and then I think from just like a deep dive into J-pop in general, I found Morning Musume, and that was kind of like my first little like deep like dive into the very deep rabbit hole that got me to where I am today.
Gotcha. So with that, going into the rabbit hole, with Morning Musume, did you have like a first Oshi, or no?
Yeah, Takahashi Ai would definitely be my first Oshi. I probably didn't realize it at the time, but definitely Ai-chan from Morning Musume. The was it 6th generation, 9th generation? I don't remember, but yeah, with from all the members that were there in 2009, that was my start, and I was like, yes, I need
Gotcha.
to.
Very much. Wow. Yeah. That was. I feel like. When was 2009? A long time ago.
15 years ago.
15. I feel old. But.
Don't feel old. There's no such thing.
But after all that, what really inspired you to, I guess, take on this activity of being an idol?
I think I don't want to say like I had an epiphany one day, but I just been so like enamored by the music, the dances, and everything. Before I even like was willing to call myself an idol, I was very much like a part of the Odotemita community. So like I was dancing, like I learned like Night Chow Kamo and like all of the songs and dances from Morning Musume at that time, and like I learned Hare Hare Yukai. I learned, you know, like Love and Joy. I was big on the dancing and stuff, and I just realized like one day that there's really no like bad reason to try and be an idol in my own terms, and I just decided to take the plunge. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing, but I was like, you know what? I really like idols, and I really like this music, and I want to do more things related to this music. So, yes.
Gotcha. If you, PAiDA, if you can like, I know we had like technical difficulties with the volume, but like.
No, I'm too quiet, Phil. I'll be very loud.
All right, we are good now. Let's do this.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. So, with that in mind, like, what was one goal that you like had when you decided to start all this?
Okay. Yeah, like, I mean, I just wanted to figure it out and like have fun and sing. I have a lot of goals that like are still on the table for me, but I think back then my big goal was like, I just have to perform in Japan. Like, my dream is to stand on the stage. Like, everybody's like standard for kaigai idols. We didn't even call them kaigai idols back then, but everybody was like, oh, if you're trying to be an idol, then that means you're trying to go to Japan to be an idol. And so I was like, yeah, that's what that means. Okay. So that was probably my biggest goal at the time.
Gotcha. I mean, like, yeah, I feel a lot of people have that dream. I think like Barry had that dream, achieved it. Phoebe had that dream, achieved it. You achieved it. So very much a goal that a lot of, I guess, prominent idols have achieved, and that's great.
It's in the pipeline for sure. It's in the general pipeline for most people.
Yeah. I feel like when I interview people, a lot of people have that dream too. So did you have like any prior, I guess, knowledge with like dance or like singing or vocals prior to doing all of this?
Okay. It's like yes and no. Because like as a child, like a baby child, my mom tried to make me one of those Disney stars.
Oh.
So I was doing like hella singing lessons and like vocal. I had a vocal teacher, I had a dance teacher, and we were doing like hella auditions for all of the Disney and like the TV and stuff like that. And I don't have the best memory in the world, but that was like a big chunk of like my pre-youth or whatever, like the very youngest I could be. I remember doing stuff like that. And then somewhere down the line, I was like, I don't want to do it. I'm going to be a difficult child. So like I had a fairly normal like childhood in terms of like not really being in the entertainment industry anymore. So by the time I decided to like pursue idol stuff, I feel like none of that really stuck with me. But I suppose subconsciously I have like some of that stuff like deeply in my bones. People have always told me that I'm a good singer, and I still don't believe it, but I think the more important thing is that I like singing, so I never really stopped singing. But professional like experience wise, anything that I think is like of recent note, there is absolutely nothing, even to this day.
Yeah.
I think I get like a vocal coach or something by now, but it's too much money, so
Yeah, understandable. Like that is a lot of money.
yeah. But I'll get there one day.
But yeah, I usually ask that because like sometimes a lot of the skills that they learned previously, like in dance classes or choir or theater, like sometimes transfers over when they're doing idol stuff or like performing on stage. So it is like good to have like different perspectives on that. So like even if it didn't like like really attach or transition into like idol, it's totally fine.
Yeah, I think like I'll say like there's probably things I do that are just like it was beaten into me, not like, you know, like this is
yeah
beaten into me to remember like, oh, to do that while I'm singing and stuff, like with my vocal folds or whatever, that I couldn't tell you that like why I know how to do that or anything. But I went to an artistic high school. I went to a high school specifically for like performing and visual arts, and I did not go for the performing arts, but I was like around those people. But like the theater kids were like the popular kids, and I was like the art kid that did the drawing, and I was not one of those kids. I was not a popular kid, but I was like surrounded by it. I've always been surrounded by like the arts, just not in the way that I'm pursuing it today, which I think is a little funny.
Yeah, I mean like a lot of people I guess like eventually get into it, like, or usually just have like no, or just pass by it or whatever, and then like eventually in the future take it up. So
I think so.
yeah. So with that in mind, how did you come up with the concept of PAiDA with like the dystopian space lore?
Okay, so like if you're whoever's listening to this who's crazy goes to find like my PAiDA content like pre-debut, it's probably actually not that very hard to find, but you'll see that like I didn't always have like a very clear-cut like spacey aesthetic. Like I tried to do something really like, I guess like cookie cutter idol. Like I know I was supposed to be cute and like pure, whatever the F and stuff, and then I was just like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I was like trying to do something I really wanted to do, but I was like not like pursuing it the way that made me happy to keep trying to pursue it. So like I think something snapped in me, and I was like, I'm just gonna be myself, because I literally I'm too lazy to fake it, like,
Right.
you know, like
Yeah.
a professional, you know, I can't. So I've always had an interest in space, and I feel like I need to preface this. I am not like a smart person. Like I don't know math, or like I know math, but I don't like know like all the cool like spacey stuff that's associated with like, you know, astronomy. So wait, astronomy or astrology? No. Astronomy.
Astronomy. Astrology is like the
signs.
Yeah, Libra. Yeah.
I don't know those either. I don't know either of them. So, but I think that aliens are cool, and I think that space is cool. And if you know anything about Space City, which is where I'm from, it's Houston, Texas. It's got NASA
Yeah.
right there. So, like, one of my best friends from high school's mom works at NASA. Like, it's always been something that's like kind of just there. That's like just a natural part of my life. And yeah, I think it made it really clear for me that I like wanted to really lean into something I was already interested in, which is space. And within that, I really I think I'm better than other people. Like, I just really care about the planet, you know? I've always like made it a point to try and not litter or do like wastewater like we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
um just be like, you know, more like conservationist or whatever. And so seeing the world just become, I guess, what I not what I thought it was, is very depressing. And it's a lot easier for me to kind of like cope with that if I just put it into my music. So that's why I'm like this spacey dystopian idol, because like, let's be real, the world we're living in is pretty like
It's pretty bad.
dystopian right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fitting, which sucks. Can I just be honest? Like,
Yeah.
I would much rather be the dystopian idol in a world that's like not actually bad. But everything I'm doing is kind of like, it's all been like a premonition. And it's not fun. It's not fun anymore, you guys. You're ruining it.
Yeah.
Did I
But
answer your question?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
yeah, I mean, like as you said, like trying like the cutesy stuff and then feeling like it's not really you, and then having that epiphany of being yourself and like transitioning into the space concept and also the dystopian concept. I feel like a lot of idols also have that. I remember, who was it? Aiden, I think, tried cutesy stuff in their debut, and then, you know, felt like it wasn't for them, and then transitioned into alt idol stuff. So
I honestly had no idea. I think their current style suits them very well, so I'm really surprised to hear
yeah.
that they went a similar path as me originally. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I think I have the capability to be cute, but I think I can do that while also being like a gremlin. So I just can't be bothered. It's so much work, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. It's easier to just be myself.
Yeah. I mean, like there's some people that I guess have that front and like can have that, and you know.
Yeah. Kudos to them, because that's work.
Yeah.
Sorry. Doing this alone is so much work. Like, I can't keep up like a whole shtick. Like, my shtick is just how I am in real life. So if anything, when I'm actually on stage, I put a little bit on, but that's like because I have to like not act like I'm tired all the time, and I'm always tired. And then as soon as I get off, I'm like, okay, I can be like a little sweaty and tired while I'm like doing Boopon. It's okay.
Right.
They expect it of me now at this point.
Yeah. With the concept already, you know, developed, do you remember like the very first, like, I guess, idol performance or idol activity that you like participated in?
Yes, I do. Surprisingly, I have like the worst memory, if I'm being so honest.
I mean, that's me too.
Like,
So.
I guess I have like the key. You have like your key moments, you know.
Right.
So like, when I was a wee baby idol, I guess this is also technically pre-debut. I was like, I really want to perform at a convention, and that was just like not a thing at the time, like not really. So I just straight up like emailed like conventions in the area. I was living in San Antonio, Texas at the time, and one of the local conventions like responded back, because I was just like, hi, I want to be a singer and I want to perform my like idol songs that I like. Can I just do it in the hallway? Because I didn't know, like I didn't know. So I was like, can I just go in your hallway, and like I have my little microphone and speaker app on my phone. Like, I didn't even have a real mic at the time. It was like my phone mic. And I was like, if I just go like in the hallway and I sing, is that okay? And they actually responded back. They were like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess. They literally were like, this is so weird, but sure. And that was technically like my very first like stage as an idol. I remember like being in the hallway and people were just walking past, and there was like, they had the cafeteria area at the con that had like a stage that nobody was using. And so I just went up there. I like, it announced on my Twitter and stuff like, I'm gonna perform, I'm gonna go on this stage that's empty, and I'm gonna go stand on it and sing for like 10 minutes. And like a couple of my friends came, and it was really nice. But that was like my very first like, I'm a real idol. I was it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta start somewhere. I feel like a lot of idols have like that hallway performance. So yeah, sometimes it's guerrilla and just like they set up and just sing.
I think it's fun. It's personable. You know, it's fun. I would advise people to not use their phone as their microphone, but I still think like you can pull off a good show and make a good impact in a hallway.
As you said, like during that time, I guess the idol scene wasn't really anything. Like the reputation there for like conventions to take them in, it wasn't as great as it is now. Like, can you tell me like a little bit more of how it was during that time?
Yeah, like so we had anime conventions galore. That's one thing that was, at least at the time, super great about Texas, because we are such a big state that everybody was like, well, we'll just make our own convention for this area. And there's like, you know, hours and hours drives from Texas to Texas, you know? So it got to a point where like other states or like other areas of the country would have like their convention season that would happen like in the summer or in the spring or whatever. But Texas would have anime conventions all the time, year round, and like with really good turnouts too. So there was always like a place for a community, a place for people to like hang out and party and like to sing and perform. And we had a lot of like anime singing contests where like people would go and they would sing like songs from their favorite anime and stuff like that. We just had like a lot of karaoke and things. But idol specific content did not exist. I think there were like a dozen of us that knew of idols and didn't know of each other, and we're just kind of wading through the crowds of anime conventions like, nobody knows I'm really here because I like idols, you know? So it was super dead back then, but it's grown so much over time. It's like still very niche, but it's really beautiful what has happened like within just the past couple years, honestly.
Especially, I feel like 2023, 2024 was like when it, I guess, really spiked in popularity. We're still a little niche. We, as in, I'm in part of the community. Like the kaigai idol scene is like a little niche, but like it's way more. I guess a lot more people know about it compared to like years ago.
I'll say even like you're talking about what I consider to be the most recent, like little, what is it, like spike,
right?
You know, but there have been spikes before that, like from when I'm talking about at the beginning of my experience with idol culture here in the States. There was nothing between that time and that most recent spike. So much growth had already happened, you know, like we had a lot of local events here, like the Texas Idol Festival, just applying for a space to perform at the conventions and like make a community for the idols to perform and stuff like that. And we've had, I'm not saying they're all based off of each other, but we've had like other events for just like idol specific. I know off the top of my head the Northwest Idol Festival comes to mind, but there was one before that I just can't remember right now, like a long time ago. And we've got like the Starlight Idol Festival now at Anime Week in Atlanta. I know everybody was talking about the Otakon Idol Festival.
Yeah.
It just happened a few weeks ago. There's like so much content there. And like all of those things, like there were smaller versions of these things that were like spikes happening to lead up to like the biggest spike that we've had in a long time. And it's a very beautiful history. Somebody should like write a book on it.
Yeah, I mean, it is very interesting. Like, there's a lot more events now. I feel like, yeah, there was a little bit of like iffiness about like some events going head to head, but like last week Pond Ranger said like there's 2 cakes, the more the merrier. So
Yeah, I think it's so crazy. Like, if there is truly like a problem people have, it sounds like that's what you're implying, that people are like mad that there's other events taking place. But if everybody is trying to, in a sense, emulate or be inspired by the culture that's happening in Japan,
yeah,
they have like
they have so many lives. Yeah,
day,
yeah.
you know?
Even next door.
An hour. Like right next door, across the street from each other. Like sometimes the idol will go perform in this one place, and then they have to take like the Shinkansen to go perform in another in the same day. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy, you know. But it's a beautiful thing, and like maybe it's oversaturated over there, but what we have here is not even close to being oversaturated, and we got work to do, you know.
We have a lot of work to
A lot
do.
more of events. I want to see things happening all the time. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but like it is, it's beautiful that like there's a lot more events.
Agree.
What else? We talked about like the reputation of like the idol scene during that time. Prior to like having original music out, what did you usually perform? What was in your set list?
I was performing a lot of Ani song, of course, and a lot of Hello Project songs, and my Kamiyoshi's songs, Koto. I always try to make like room for her in my sets because I think her music is the best. But honestly, like off of the top of my head, if I was picking like 3 songs I always performed Platonic Planet by Koto, Kanojo ni Naritai, I think that's a Hello Pro Egg song, and I always did Shabba Dabba Doo from Michishige Sayumi. Those were like my go-to, my bread and butters. I loved those songs so much.
I mean, yeah, like Hello Project was, I think like at the time pretty popular, right?
I think so. Obviously, like, it's still in Texas. I'm doing these songs and nobody knows what they are.
Yeah.
But I think at the time they were like pretty big. It's like I'm trying to think of what else. Like that one song they did was I'm thinking of 1-2-3, but they did a song that was like completely in English to try and like take advantage of like the popularity that was growing for them overseas. And it's not 1-2-3. Oh, what was it? One of the Morning Musume songs was completely in English, and at the time I was like, "This is amazing! It's so good." But yeah, I can't remember right now. Did
he like cover that or no?
I don't think I covered that one. I'm not sure. Oh, I want to like pull out my phone to remember. It was like, oh wait, is that the Michael Jackson riff? Maybe they got inspiration from Michael Jackson. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about like performing at anime cons. Was there like any other venues that you performed at or like got your name out from?
At the time back then, it was mostly anime conventions. Anime conventions and like the local like Asian festivals. So in Texas, we have like every city has their own like Japan festival or like just like Asian cultural festival that they would have at least once a year, and I would perform at those like on a tiny stage. Specifically, like there was one in San Antonio at like the Tower of Americas that they had like every year, and everybody always came out, and it was a huge crowd. That felt so good to do those. I don't think there was anything else. I think it was literally just like any anime convention that would take me, and then any like local, like the Houston Japan Festival or like the San Antonio Asian Festival kind of things.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, as we said like earlier, like there's more events now, some of which are out of convention, so there's a lot more places to, I guess, get that opportunity to perform. So, but yeah, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, so. All right, let's get into your first EP or first, like, I guess, section of original music. It was First Contact. It was released in May of 2021. that was long ago. Oh my god, 4 years ago. When did you feel it was like the right time to make original music?
Oh my god. Okay. I like have always there's everything that happens in my life is because like I thought about doing it for a long time, but it was like I thought about doing it, but I thought that it was too hard or it was like unattainable for me. And so like um I've always wanted to do, like, you asked me like what was my big goal, and like my big goal was to do Japan, obviously, but within that it was like to do it with like my own original music. So before I even debuted, I was already in Japan performing a lot. I don't think there's like any footage that I know exists, but I was doing stages. I was doing the ambassador program that got me over there, and then I had moved there for a couple of years, and this was all pre-COVID, you know. So I was just like vibing and just trying to like follow my idol dreams, but I still hadn't touched music yet. And then right when COVID happened, they was trying to kick us out. They were trying to get all of like the foreigners out of the country, which is like understandable, but also logistically just did not make any sense. But I digress. We're not gonna get into that today. The point is, I was like at, what is it, an impasse, where I was like, I have to leave, but I had just gotten this big opportunity. Well, big to me. I don't know. Maybe other people will say it was small, but right before I found out that we had to like, you know, get kicked out of the country, I had passed these auditions for this idol group that was being held on like an app on the phone, where like people go in and they vote on the app to like, you know, pick the girls that are going to be in the group. And I had made it all the way to the finals. What? And I was like, huh? Like, are you sure? So I was like, y'all can't make me leave right when I'm about to like, at the time, achieve my big goal and dream, and to like be a real idol that like sings their own music and all that stuff. So we got booted out of the country, and I clawed my way back in. I did some crazy stuff, all legal, but I just can't believe I actually like put in the effort to figure out how to get back into the country to finish competing in this idol group, because I had made the finals and I was like, I need this. At that point, everybody was really scared about COVID. So I was locked up in my friend's house for 2 weeks, and they were like so worried. The people were like, the audition people, the staff were like, are you negative? Do you have COVID and everything? And I was like, you literally can't get into the country right now if you test positive. Like, the second you land, before the border people let you go, you get tested and you stay there until it says negative, and then they let you go, and you still have to stay in a building. So like, I did not have any COVID, you know, but everybody was scared. It was a big panic. And what resulted is that the very final round, where we get to like stand on stage on the live stream for everybody to see us and vote for us, they did not let me go.
What?
And I was like, I was heartbroken. They had a thing. So first they were like, the reason why I clawed my way back into Japan is because they were so adamant. They were like, if you're not in Japan for these finals, you're automatically disqualified, you know? So I was like, well, I have to get back there, you know? I clawed my way back into the country. I'm staying at my friend's house, trying to make sure they're actually going to let me do this thing, because I went through the trouble to get back into... I don't think you understand how hard it was to get, like, the planes were all grounded. Yeah. The borders were closed back then, you know? It was insane. But I managed to do it. I was waiting for them to give me the okay. And then they were like, you can't go on the final stage, but it's okay. It's okay. Because we have all these other contestants from these other prefectures, and they're not gonna come all the way to Tokyo during a pandemic, you know? Like, we're all of a sudden gonna be really accommodating because all of these other people can't make it to Tokyo either. So they had like a little TV screen that they put on the stage, and we literally had to like prop our phones up to like record our like entries for the final round and everything. And like everybody that was in Tokyo that was allowed to go on the stage was physically there, and then the other members, because they had like done the final round by putting us into groups, like mini idol groups. So all of my my fellow members of my group were like performing on stage, and I was on this little tiny TV. If you know like SpongeBob Karen,
yeah,
like this wife, that was me, like in the corner, like I'm doing my parts. I don't know if I'm on beat with everyone, but I'm doing what I can.
Right. There'd be like a delay, right?
I feel like there was a delay. I never actually got to see the footage of like the final round. Like, I guess because I was in it, and I don't know if anybody ever recorded it. I'd love to see it today, like, and laugh about it. But yeah, no, it was really crazy, and I did not make the final, like, I guess the final group. And at that point, I had put all that effort into coming back into the country. I had my residence card, and I was like, I mean, I never planned on leaving originally, COVID made me leave, but I busted my ass, excuse my language, to like get back into the country and like try and pass this group, and then I didn't make it. I could stay here and keep trying to pursue this, or I could go home and like just try to be solo for a while. So I don't know, something just like snapped to me, and I was like, you know what? I've been here a while. I'm gonna just go home. And I went home, and I started researching how to do like my own music. I was like, I think being in the group made me realize that like group has an image, and group has music, and maybe it sounds good, and maybe the image is good, but it's not my image,
Right.
It's not my ideas, it's not my lyrics, it's not my story. And I think I had realized that I wanted to at least try and play around with my own ideas, and then maybe think about going to a group later, like circling back to that later. Cause I don't know, I guess I just was feeling it at the time. So that was like what made me decide to pursue my own music. And then I think it took like a year or so to get it off the ground, because that was 2020 when COVID like shut everything down, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, yeah, if you can't like join the group, why, make your own music. So that's what you did. So
that's what I did.
do you know what happened to that group? Like, are they doing anything?
I honestly have not been keeping up with the group. No, none of the people in my like subgroup for the finals that made it into the final group. I think one of them got really close but ended up not making it. I have not kept up with the group. I hate to say that might be telling of like how
what
they're
happened.
doing right now.
Yeah, you're thriving, so I guess you're thriving. You're thriving. You were thriving. So
no.
compared to them, they're nowhere.
They could be good. They could be doing things. I mean, like, I don't know, but I can't even remember the group name right now.
See?
I think it starts with E. My memory is really bad, so. But yeah, no, none of the people in my group made it, so I was like, okay, well, oh well.
So it took like a year for the EP to be like created. How did you find the right like producers and like composers for each song?
I think at the time, I don't know their own story like specifically, but for what I saw at the same time that I was like trying to figure out how to make my own music, Jemmy Memu was also like just coming up into the scene. I think they could be around longer than from what I saw, but it looked like they had just popped up and they were like, oh, I make music and like I'm selling my songs to people, and I was like, okay, that's good. And it was like really good vibes. Like, so Jimmy Moon was really easy one for me. I had a song already from like before I had ever moved to Japan that like we were working on with a friend here in San Antonio. They're not active as like a producer now, but they were, I guess, kind of like the person that helped me like get my foot a little like dipped in the water. What's it? Get your feet wet,
Get your feet wet, yeah.
Yes, get my feet wet when it comes to making music. So that track was like already basically done, and it's actually really funny. The song I'm talking about is Abduction, and it wasn't called Abduction when we first worked on it. It was actually it was called like Party Night or something. The lyrics were completely different. They were very like generic, like I'm going to the club with my friends kind of song. And when I got back from Japan and I like decided I wanted to really like lean hard into my spacey aesthetic, it was so natural to me to like find out how to like spacify this song that I was like, it really cemented for me like, yeah, this feels right. So there was two songs down, and then Creepy was like um already working with Melancholia, who at the time was like my goals. Like, I think he's on hiatus right now.
He's
But
yeah,
he is right. He's still
yeah,
on
yeah.
hiatus.
He's on hiatus, indefinite.
Yeah, but he made some really good music with Creepy, and so like we were all friends. So like I was like, help make him, and they were really kind, and that's how I got Sick of Humans. And what is it? It's just those three, right? And then like the intro track. Is there anything else?
I think yeah,
I don't
it
know.
was like a an overture. Hang on,
Yes,
I'll
with
pull it up
Jim Meg.
on
Oh, you don't have to do that.
yeah, yeah. It's prelim, first contact, abduction, and then sick of humans. So
Mm, mm, mm.
yeah,
Yeah, it was just basically like finding people in the community that like I already knew somewhat that could give me like the vibe I was kind of looking for, rather than going and finding like other music producers that I'd have to explain like this is idol music, this is J-pop, and it was gonna be a whole thing. I was like, I'm not doing that.
going into that, segueing into that, like what were there like any songs that you were inspired by that you sent to the producers and like you were like, hey, I kind of want it like this XYZ.
Question. I'm sure I have like a playlist. Honestly, what I do now is I send like a playlist to someone when I want to work with them. But I kind of try and keep my inspiration songs similar to what I feel like their style is already. I try not to deviate too much from what I think is like how they already make music. But yeah, I've definitely sent Koto's music to everybody like, please make me songs like this. Because at the time, well, even now, I just still so obsessed with everything that she touches. So I always want to try and like do something that nods to her kind of music. Mm.
Got it. Yeah, I mean it's good to have like inspiration from I guess your Oshi as well, right?
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Were there since it was your first EP, were there like any obstacles that you had to overcome?
There was a bunch. I think I love that EP because it's the first one I made, but I'm not like in love with the tracks overall. And I think the biggest hurdle that I had to overcome, which just came with time, was like learning music terminology, which I'm still learning. I still don't know everything. And then like not being afraid to like just say like, hey, maybe we should go in a different direction. Even within those songs, there were points where like I had an idea and it was shot down because like, oh, that's not how music works or something like that. But I've seen that idea happen in so many other songs. So I was just like, oh, okay, even though I knew it wasn't right. I think that was the biggest hurdle, is just like learning, not being afraid to like ruffle some feathers to get something like done the way I want, even if it's like objectively not how music's supposed to sound. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean first EP, there's like always any like everything that you have to like, you know, jump over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was jumping a lot.
You did say like you weren't like, and you know, in retrospect, you weren't as like in love with the first EP, but like as like from now, do you have like a favorite track or like a track that you like to listen to?
From the first EP or
Yeah.
just
First EP,
from
yeah.
the first EP? Uh, I mean, I still love them all, but I guess I think Abduction
Mm.
is the one that I still like really like find myself like coming back to when I think about it the most. And it's so hard because like First Contact is the one that took me the longest to write lyrics for. So like when I finally clicked, I like really fell in love with it. And Sick of Humans was like the one where like I tried to really Creepy was really like kind to let me try and like put a lot of my ideas into the song. So It's so hard. I think Abduction is really funky, and I'm really into funky stuff right now. So I think I will say that one. But I do love them all.
I think when I asked Pon that, because like they had their EP out, and they were like, it's like choosing a favorite child because they worked on
Yeah.
every single track. So
Yeah, it's not. It's a cruel question.
first EP down. I guess we kind of briefly touched on like you being in Japan. Might as well focus on that. So,
Okay.
because going back to your like doing research and like trying to like find out questions to ask, you did perform back in 2024 in Tokyo.
Yeah.
But like, was there like a gap between like pandemic, reality show, or like to up to then, or no?
What? Wait, was there a gap between the reality show performance
And then 2024.
and 2024? Oh,
Like, did you like go to Japan, perform like in between that, or no?
before, in between that?
Yeah.
I think. Oh, in 2024, I did go to Japan before the TV show thing, and then I came back later, and the TV show people got me. But it was my Kamiyoshi's birthday, so I didn't perform. I just went to go see her. But in 2024, yeah, it was just I did a couple other performances that didn't end up on the show.
Oh,
So I don't know if it's okay to like ruin the illusion of the TV, but I did like I think 3 performances, but they wanted to focus on like that one to make it seem like it was my big break, you know. So I did a couple of shows that year. And then this year I didn't do any performances. I did something else, more secrets.
Ooh.
Yes.
but oh yeah, cause like you did get in, you were on a TV show. They like did a whole like a piece on your performances. How did you get in contact with them?
Oh, okay. So the show is called You wa Nani Shiri Nippon ne, and that just means like why are you coming to Japan? And I didn't get in contact with them. What they do is they stop people at the airport.
Oh,
You've never seen the show. They go up to people at the airport that they think will make good content for them, and they ask them questions. And at the end of that like airport interview, they decide if they want to follow you or not, or if they just like wanted to ask you those little bit of questions and then go find somebody else.
right.
And this was the 3rd time that the Yuwa people came up to me at the airport. When I first visited Japan, why is it? Oh, my mom's calling me. Sorry, mommy. I'm gonna have to call you back. The first time was when I went to visit for my ambassador program. They stopped me, and they asked me questions. They were like, "Wow, this seems really interesting. Can we follow you?" And I was like, "Okay." And then they didn't get back to me. And then the second time, when I had moved to Japan and I told them I'm moving here to become an idol, and they were like, "Wow, that's really interesting. Can we follow you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." And then they didn't get back to me. And this 3rd time, I go, and I know I'm there to do idol stuff, but I'm done. Like the first 2 times, I was like, maybe the UWA people will talk to me. So like I went into the bathroom on the plane, and like I did my little makeup and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna make sure I look good for them. And this 3rd time, I was like, I'm so tired. I don't care about the camera people. I don't care about anything. I just want to get to my hotel and get a famichiki. I'm done. So, of course, this is the time when they come up to me. 3rd time's a charm. They come up to me. I'm haggard looking. I don't have makeup on. I'm all sweaty and tired. And they're like, "What are you doing in Japan?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to be an idol." And they were like, "Oh, that's interesting. Also, you look crazy. Can we follow you? Like, clearly you've not got yourself put together." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And I said yes. Because I didn't think they were actually going to follow me, because the first 2 times they didn't follow me. And of course, this is the time where like 2 days later, I'm getting a call from them like, "Hey, we really want to try and like, you know, organize this out, like get the logistics down for this." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" The other times I was actually prepared for y'all to like follow me. And now this time when I'm too tired, this is when you choose. At my worst, at my lowest. So yeah, that's how that happens. Just always be prepared. If you're trying to get on you, always be prepared. Don't let them like, what is it? what is like the surprise you
Catch you
know,
off guard, yeah.
catch you off guard, because they caught me off guard, and
But at least,
I'm happy. I guess I got on the TV show.
yeah, got you off guard and got you like, got you on TV. So
No, I'm not.
so like performing in Japan, is there like any noticeable differences like performing there compared to like in the US?
Yeah, I mean, I think naturally it's a completely different country. So you have to just, it's by default going to feel different, even if you weren't doing idol stuff. I'll say for my experience in particular, performing at anime conventions and the Asian festivals in America, it's a completely different group of people, Anime convention is full of weebs. Sorry, it's full of weebs.
It is, yeah.
And to be honest, they don't care. They don't really care about idol stuff because they're there for anime. Like, the music is honestly an afterthought for them, unless it's K-pop, which is always at the conventions, which I'm not going to get into right now. But I feel strongly, I love K-pop,
Yeah.
but no, not doing this right now.
You know what? Yeah, you want to if you want to. It's fine. Because like in my opinion, like if it's like a J-pop or like a anime con, sometimes K-pop should have like its separate own thing. J-pop,
I think so. Like, they
yeah.
have K-Con, and like it's an anime convention. I didn't understand that like people loved anime so much that they're dressing up as these characters and they're coming to an anime convention for all these Japanese cartoons,
Right.
and they love the music for these shows, and then they're like, we don't care about any of the music that's happening at this event. And it just, but if it's Korean music, because Korean music is just popular in general, everyone's like, ah. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But the point is, I would do those stages, and then there would be like the few people who like kind of are learning about idol culture, kind of get idol culture, and like the majority of them that are like, we kind of like stepping in to see what's going on right now, but we're not actually invested, but we're also here. So like, it's like, you're making yourself known to like an audience of people who weren't previously like educated or like aware that this was a thing that could exist, and it's cool. You're giving them that chance to grow. But overall, anime convention people don't really care about what's going on if it's not anime stuff, which is good, which is fine. And then for the Asian festivals, I think people are a little more open-minded because they literally don't know what to expect. Like, maybe some people are there because they like anime or something, but overall, like, there's going to be good food, there's going to be just like cultural stuff in general. I think it's a good mix of just like normies who are like, ooh, I won't experience culture today. And they're kind of like vibing with everything, even though they have no idea what's going on. But it was always fun to do like the Asia festival or the Japanese festival, because people are like, oh yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about what's going on here, but this is a really nice community event we have, and I'm just happy to be out of my house. And those people are really nice to perform for, and then they come up to you after the show and they ask you just the most outrageous questions like that you've just never expected before. But that is like a different beast from going straight to Japan and performing on a stage that is like by idols for idols, like where idols were born, and everyone in the crowd knows exactly, like, before I did my debut, I was performing covers. So everyone knows the chants, everyone knows exactly what to do for each song, and the energy is immaculate. Like, going on the stage in Japan feels like, oh yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be, because everybody gets it, and they don't think I'm, like, maybe they'll think I'm weird that I'm not Japanese, but honestly, I never got that vibe for any stage I've ever done in Japan, ever. They're just happy that I was, like, trying, I think, some people are kind of put off by like the demographical difference, but I think I've never had a bad experience with it, so I can't say that it's an issue. That's where the culture came from, and those are the people that are keeping it alive. So I love the scene in Japan, and I love the scene that's growing in the States as well. Like, they're both different beasts, especially now. Like, everything I just told you about the States is from like pre-debut, but now when I come, more and more people know the chants. More and more people, I just did a show this past weekend. They had my face, they had my name written on their face.
What?
Like this. They were like, PAiDA. Three of them. Like, the vibes here are a completely different immaculate beast compared to in Japan, and they're both like really fun now. Way everything's so much more fun than it already was. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Ashes doing like the call and mix panels, and a lot of other people like inspiring
Yes.
them to do like the chants, and also like the Wodage. Like it is, it's better than just like just doing that sitting or like
Yeah.
standing doing whatever.
Like before, like I would do shows here in Texas, and there would just be like one person in the crowd that's going like, "Hi, hi, hi," and everybody else is like looking at them like they're being a disturbance, and I'm like, this is the one person doing what I need them to do. You don't understand. But now everybody's doing it. Everybody is so eager and ready to like go, beast mode, and it's beautiful.
Like during those performances, yeah, like they did like the call and mix as well. So like so they knew your stuff prior to like you performing there.
Before, when I was performing before, it was all covers. So they knew everything because I was doing cover songs.
Okay, yeah.
I say now, when I perform my own stuff, they can tell the formula is there for idol music. Like there are parts where you can tell like, oh, I've never heard this song before, or I'm not too familiar with the song, but I still know like when to go like, ooh, 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 kind of thing,
Right, yeah.
So when I'm in Japan, I have fans over there. I feel bad because I'm not tweeting enough in Japanese for them, but I get nervous. But when I do go, they do know everything, and it's like very heartwarming. And then the people who don't know, they still know like to give me energy and love. Like, they don't have to, but they still try, and I appreciate that a lot.
I think I asked. What did I ask?
Oh.
I asked Barry like the same question. So like during Bupan, there's a little bit of a language barrier. How did you like manage to communicate with them?
I mean, there's not so much a language barrier as I'm just awkward. And I think the problem for me is that like I speak Japanese, but I like if I'm not there to use it, I do lose it, and they just want to be talking like and so I'm like, can you just slow down just a smidge? So I think you'll even see like in the show, if there's a clip of it, there was like this guy that was just talking at me, and I was like, I'm so happy that you're like, really. It was actually a fan that had seen me when pre-debut, when I was performing a lot, and he didn't know I was going to be at that show that night. And then when he saw me go on stage, he was like, oh my god, I can't believe like I get to see you again. And so like he came up to me after the show and was just like da, 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 and I was like, bro, slow down. So I think like I'm really like I have to get good again with my ears. I can't keep up with that speed. I speak at like a 5th grade like slow. I think I'm giving myself more credit by saying I'm a 5th grade level. Like I'm really bad. But no, it's just things that are like I think they just ask like, like my big goals and plans, and I used to say like, oh, I want to do like Budokan or something, and now I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Budokan would be cool, but I've got my heart set on like really trying to make things grow in America right now. So like I feel bad where it's like I'm not trying to move here again. I'm not trying to stay here and do more shows. I feel really bad. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I'm disappointing people because they're like, we want to see you here more. I had a guy that like rode on the Shinkansen for like 3 hours to come see me once, and I felt like so bad. I was like, you came all this way to see me? Like,
dude, what I mean, like if the dedication to like go travel 3 hours on the bullet train just to see you, yeah,
I feel horrible. Like I'm not worth all of that, but thank you. He gave me snacks from his hometown, and that was good. They're gone. I tried to save them. They're completely gone. Thank you so much.
But yeah, like if goals change, you had that dream of performing in Japan, you did that, but like focusing on, I guess, your audience in America is definitely something to like really target as well.
Yeah, I think there's just like a lot of potential here, and not that it's a better market for me, but I think that it's just one that I feel the risk is less scary to take, I guess. There's definitely a lot of kaigai idols, I guess they're just idols, that are in Japan who aren't Japanese that are like actively pursuing that, and big props to them. And I definitely wouldn't say I'm not going to try and do it again, but I think there's just something I see here in the moment that I really want to make sure I like by sink my teeth into. So
Yeah.
I feel bad. I'm a fraud.
No, you're not. You're not a fraud.
I don't care about being real Japanese idol anymore.
I feel like real fans would understand where you're coming from. Like if you want to target the American audience and then sometimes perform in, Japan, that's fine.
Yeah, like I still go back. Like I was just there this year. I think I'm going back later this year, but I'm not allowed to talk about it too much yet. But like that's a lot of money,
Yeah.
and like resources, and like I have friends there, but I don't have family there. I don't have like the support system that I have here in America that can help me really just focus on making my music and like cultivating and growing my skills that I think has really helped me get to where I am, which is not very far. But the fact that I'm able to just simply focus on that. If I do Japan again, I have to find a way to support my visa, which means I have to get a job, and that job is going to be my main priority because I can't stay in the country unless I have that job, and that'll take up so much time that could be used what I'm doing now, which is practicing all the time, or thinking about like practicing my choreography, doing my singing, thinking about my next release and stuff, So there's still got to be like a balance, and I think right now the balance is balancing more for me in the States.
Yeah, it's definitely understandable. So, segueing into, well, you perform in Japan. Last year, you also did perform in a different country, different continent, in Australia. So you had the opportunity to tour with Baby Beard all across the country, Brisbane, Sydney, Perth, all over the place. How did you like get that opportunity?
Oh, okay. So this is really silly. This goes into my more like what I've been saying about just being unhinged and asking. But literally, I've been talking to Lady Beard for a very long time. If you didn't know already, but we go back. I won't say way back, but we go back because Lady Beard performed in Texas at a convention here, and I knew he was coming, so I emailed him. I was like, I want to be an idol like you. Can you help me? And he responded. He was like, yeah, let's meet at that con. And like the dude let me like talk to him, and like he is so embarrassing. But I sat down like with my little notebook and like all the dreams and plans I had. I wonder if I've got that around the house somewhere. I don't know. But I showed him everything to show him how serious I was, and he was like, wow, you're really serious. And I was like, I sure am. And then like he gave me advice, and we never stopped talking. And then when I saw them announce the show, because like we would talk here and there, but it wasn't like a business thing. It was just like he was kind of checking on me to see if I was still actually trying to do this or not. And when they announced this show in the tour in Australia, they had also announced like application, like you could audition to be one of the openers.
Right.
And I had read through it, and it said like Australia. It seemed like it was implying Australia only. And so I didn't want to apply and waste my time and waste anybody's time looking at my application, So I messaged him first, like, is it okay if I is this for like, what's going on? And then he was like, oh, no, you should definitely, shoot your shot. And so I did. And I guess they had already talked about it because we ended up having like this whole like hours-long phone call about me doing the entire tour. And that's how that happened. So it was literally just both times me just asking like, can I do this? and then it's somehow working out in my favor.
Yeah.
And I'm really just like appreciative of Lady Beard of like keeping tabs on me this whole time and like giving me opportunities here and there.
Yeah, I remember researching and going through your YouTube. There was like a clip of you, I think, interviewing Lady Beard or like being a part of them or like just talking to them on camera.
Yeah, no. There's this group, A to J Connections. Actually, I don't know if they're still active or not. I'm sure they are. But I was like one of their like Texas press people at a very small portion of time. And I did go to a convention, and one of the people we were supposed to interview was Lady Beard. And I don't even think I ever brought that up to him after, because I definitely asked him for advice after that had happened. And I wonder if he knows that, if he remembers that. But I forgot about it too. Oh God, because I was wearing that wig, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I had that straight hair wig.
Yeah.
Sorry, those are my cringiest moments. Yes, I do unfortunately know what you're talking about. It's unrelated, but yes, that was, I guess, the first time I had met him.
Yeah, I mean, like full circle. Even if the both of you didn't really remember it, full circle, because like now you perform together. So
Yes.
I guess gonna ask you like, how was it performing in like, you know, uncharted territory where you're unsure like if people like know you or not?
Oh my God, I was so scared. Honestly, I did it. I only tried to do it because I'm so obsessed with the Australian Idol community. Like, everything I've told you before about what I loved about Japan and what I love now about like how idol culture is growing in the States is like 1,000 times over, and I truly mean it by like what I see from the kaigai community in Australia. Because I was seeing all these groups put on their own shows, and they had so much energy, and the crowd had so much energy, and they were really doing it themselves. And I really, really admired that so much. Like, everybody looked good, everybody sounded good, and the crowds were immaculate. And I was like, I was jealous. I was like, I want to be where the people are. So I was like desperate to get over there, not even knowing if anybody knew or cared about me. I just wanted to see what, like, you know, what was so great about Australia. And it's because everybody actually loves idols. Like, I think for as great as the idol community is growing in the States, we still have a long way to go before like we even, you know, tap what Australia's doing, because they're just really knocking it out of the park. They're so innovative. Like, they all like doing their own things, you know. It's really, I love it over there. I had a great time. Every single show was super great. Getting to talk to people at Bupan was just so like magical. I had people saying like they bought tickets just to see me, and I was like, why? Like, I was really surprised. But I can't state enough how much I love the Australian idol community. All of the Oda over there are just, I love Australia.
Yeah, like with IDOLEYEZ, I really wanted to focus on, I guess, the Sydney scene primarily last year, and like interview a lot of like idols in that scene, because like, you know, being thousands of miles away, you might as well just give them like a platform to, you know, explain like how the scene is. And like even though I'm not there, I've seen shows and I've had friends, you know, be in the pit and like experience like all the bi-weekly or monthly shows. It's definitely different.
There's so many things going on all the time.
Yeah,
It's so great.
but it's also like the benefit of everything being centralized to just Sydney, where US, I mean, like East Coast, Midwest, West Coast, like it's all over the place.
Like bigger, let's say, like, I know Australia's like landmass is huge, but like everything is bunched up in like this one little like banana shape at the bottom, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so like America, we still really spread out because we have no choice.
Yeah.
That just everybody's everywhere. So I guess that does play a part in it. But still, I mean, I was like on the plane every day to get to like a new area, and like it's not easy. So I mean, you know, the girlies over there, they're still doing it. You know, they're still traveling and get everything. They make it work. And they do things like, I remember I saw Amuse perform at like a TED Talk once, and I was like, you're
What?
performing at a TED Talk? They just doing things I've never seen anybody do before, and I love everybody over there. I'm obsessed with everybody over there.
I remember like you did. I think Fable had you do one of the challenge dances that they had. Like,
Yeah, I probably was really bad at it, but
no, you were fine. But yeah, yeah, that's the scene over there. Cause like I primarily know about the Sydney scene, Brisbane a teeny tiny bit, but like yeah, every scene there seems very good. And it
yeah,
was
we
good
went.
that you experienced it.
I was really happy. I think we went to Adelaide. Like we started at an anime convention in Adelaide, and then Melbourne after that, and then Brisbane, and I think there was one more place. I can't remember all the names. I'm sorry, but every single stop was just full of people who like had amazing energy, who were like already like, you don't have to teach them the chants and stuff,
They
you know,
know,
like you know they're
yeah.
gonna do it. Like I spent a lot of time in my American shows like with the MC, like I'm an idol and that's what that means, and this next song we're going to do this, please do this, and then you know people are still scared to do it, but over there no issues at all. I could just flow so naturally. It felt really right, you know?
Yeah. Like, it is, I guess, in their nature because they know ever since like 2019 the idol stuff there. Yeah.
Yes.
2019, 2018. Do you have a specific like stop that is really memorable to you?
I think the stop we did after Adelaide was the first stop, and then after that we went to like, it was not an anime convention after that. We just started doing the tour actual. And the very first stop after the anime convention was when I first met up with Amuse. And Amuse has like really been like my savior during the tour. Like before that I was like kind of on my own. Like obviously like the tour manager and like Lady Beard and his group were all there, but I was like the solo artist that was just like kind of on my own, like had to figure it out. And so like when I finally met up with them, everything just really like felt, it was my first time meeting them in person, but everything just felt really like chill after that. And I think that helped me calm my nerves for that first show, like, or I guess the second show, because you know, I was like, okay, I'm with people. I know everybody's gonna be fine. We're all here. We're all scared and excited, and it's gonna be a fun time. So I think that was like my, I will say that's my second best performance of the tour, because that was the one where I was like really like, okay, I'm in another country, but people are aware of me and care about me, and I think I can be less scared. And so that one I really tried to go like with it, and it was really a good like icebreaker for me. But I think the final one in Brisbane was like the best one. Like I was so tired. So I was like, okay, this is the last one. I'm really tired, but I gotta give it all I got. And everybody, you know, we were all like really anticipating, you know, to go to the Big Bang. You know, the main event, Lady Bear Show, had like Big Bang kind of ending. So I was like really excited to just like put my whole heart out there, and the crowd was so big and everybody was so ready to like go along with me, that it was just a really magical way to like end the whole tour. I think that made me happy. Like I think everybody was happy with that one.
I guess segueing into that, like being in Brisbane, meeting up with Amuse, did you have like any communication prior to like being on the tour with them?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I have been obsessed with him for a very long time. So I've always been like lurking on their stuff and liking, and then being like, I'm in love with you guys. But actually, before the tour, I think like months and months before the tour, they had their ninth anniversary show, like at the end of the year prior, and they had asked me to do like a guest appearance for that. And it was so funny because I was also trying to get in touch with them officially, like, you know, direct contact with them about doing a collab in general. So it was like the Spider-Man meme where like you're pointing, like, I want to work with you, and they're like, no, we want to work with you, and I was like, ah, it was just a really crazy thing. So that's when we all started like talking together regularly. Obviously we started on their 9th anniversary stuff first because that was coming first, but I was like, I'll do this for y'all if y'all just collab with me in general, and they say yes. So we've been talking for a while beforehand, which I think is why I was so comfortable to finally see them in person at the tour. If I hadn't got the courage, or if they hadn't reached out to me, I probably would have been a little more like nervous, anxious to meet them, but it was more like oh, I'm with my people now, and it just felt really like comfy.
Yeah, I mean, it is good that you talked to them prior to that. It would have been a little bit awkward. I mean, like, you had to break the ice if you didn't,
Yeah.
but
It was just like
yeah.
they came in the door and we were like, and they were like, it was
Segueing into that again, like talking to them, you wanted to like collab with them. First was like the anniversary show, and then eventually it culminated with Space Express. Yeah, which was Space Express, PAiDA, you covering Love Language, and then Amy's
Yes.
covering, I'm pretty
Secret
sure,
Moon.
Secret Moon. Yeah. So,
Yes.
what was what was the experience like working with another team for like that collab song?
Honestly, it was really good. I am so like appreciative and thankful to them for working with me, because doing things on my own, there is no one to hold me accountable. There is no template. It is just me on my schedule, on my own time, and it's chaotic. I have no idea what I'm doing. Everybody is always like, "Oh, how do I become an idol?" And I'm like, "Oh, girl, you just gotta figure it out because I don't know what I'm doing either." Um, but when I did the collab with Amuse, they're a whole team. Not only is it just them, but they have like their staff that help them keep stuff organized. And us simply working on that collab song together really helped me rewire my brain a little bit and approach my own personal projects a little bit differently, because they're just so on top of their stuff. They're so professional, and they really have this down to like a real business science. And I'm so grateful for that experience, like on a business side, because I am still chaotic now, but I have a lot more like a clear head when I approach things, and that's like really invaluable, I feel like. Other than that, I love these girls so much, and it was so scary to be like, can we do a song together? Because like, you know, I'm literally a completely different person on the other side of the country, but we both have like a kind of a spacey aesthetic going on. So I just felt like it was natural, you know, to try and do something. And they were so much fun coming up with like the ideas for the song together. You know, we worked with my producer for Future Town, Skynock, and he is just really great. He can just adapt to anything. And they had like a whole list of like after us talking, like a whole list of like songs that they were like trying to get inspiration from for our track. And you know, we all got it all nice and organized and sent it off to like, I think a bunch of different producers actually, and we had like had a short list of like the top 3 we were going to work with. And then it just happened to work out like the Skynock really fit the vision that they wanted, and it just went so smoothly, and it was so fun and silly, and I love working with them. I loved working with them. I want to try and like manipulate them into keep working with me because I love them so much.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they definitely want to work with you again. You don't have to manipulate them.
I have to brainwash them, you know.
But I gotta say, like, Space Express first listen, it was really good. Like, I really do want to say, like, all timer kaigai idol songs, or just idol songs in general. Like, it is so re-listenable. Like, I put it on a loop. It was so good.
we really tried our best, because honestly, we wanted to have that song released way sooner than when it came out. So We spent a lot of time on it, so I'm really glad that it like worked out being good. Thank you.
Along with Space Express comes two covers. You covered Love Language,
Yes.
and then they also covered Secret Moon. Like,
Yes.
was it like Pick Your Poison, or did you just want to like cover that track specifically?
I wanted to cover that track so badly, honestly. I think I have like my 3 songs I really want to cover from them. So Love Language was like at the top, and I want to do Wave, but I had to choose one. That's the problem. Like you have to choose one, you know. So like I'll probably figure out a way to cover Wave eventually, and then there's like Hoshino Rocket. Oh my, just everything they do is amazing. Oh my god, Happy Hour. No. But at the time, I was like, I have to cover Love Language. I have to, please, please. And then for them, I didn't know which song. Like, you know, I don't know what songs of mine are decent. So
What?
nervous, like, well, like, cause you know, it's my voice. And
Okay,
my music,
yeah.
I'm like, I made it, but I don't know if it's like, oh, somebody's like, oh, I'm dying to cover it. But they chose Secret Moon, and I was like, oh, good. And I think what is interesting about doing this collab with a group specifically is like hearing like the line distribution and how like things sound differently with like a group aspect rather than a soloist, you know? So they really knocked it out of the ballpark. And I'm really happy that I got to do Love Language.
Yeah. All two, like, both covers are really good, and it's good
Thank
that
you.
like having different perspectives, like doing a cover, especially like with you, like a soloist covering like a group song, and then a group covering a soloist song. So yeah.
I love when the kaigai idols cover other kaigai idols music, because it really like you get to hear it in a different. I just love covers in general. I love when people cover a song and make it their own, you know, and not just try and sound exactly like the original.
Right.
So it was a fun experience.
Yeah. Going back in time a teeny tiny bit, because like Space Express was your most recent, I guess, project. I guess officially released, but way before that, you released your second album, or like first full album. I don't know how you want to like define
It's an
that.
EP. It's not an album. Not a
Okay,
full album.
gotcha. Okay, so EP released in November 2024. Second Sighting. When did you start like working on that project?
I spent the entire year. I think at the beginning, at the end of December of the year prior, I was like, I want to do this EP, and then in January of that year, I was like, okay, I need to seriously like sit down and try and make this feasible to happen this year, because I'm tired of thinking about it for forever and it not actually happening. And it was like only supposed to be like 4 songs, like my first EP. It got a little bit out of hand, but I'm glad that I saw it through. But yeah, everything is always like I've been dreaming of it for years, and then I get to a point where I'm like, well, I'm just gonna stop everything else and like focus on making this one happen.
Gotcha. Well, don't mean to interrupt, but Phoebe just rated our stream with 100 plus people. So thank you, Phoebe. Oh, now the pressure's really on me. So, yeah, thank you, Phoebe. I know you were playing Uma Musume, and it's great
Oh
that
my
you
gosh.
brought your fans to watch a fellow idol who's amazing in her own right, PAiDA. And thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes, the best times have no fate. This is the
There's a
place to-
Sue B.
Who's the bee causing all the buzz?
Baby.
Thank you, Phoebe. I love you. Wait. There. Wait, is the alien on my nail? Wait.
It's green.
Everything that's purple is green. These
Yeah.
are green.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, hi Phoebe. Thank you, Phoebe. All right. Going back to the second sighting, right? Was there like a concept that you wanted, or was it like just songs, just put it into an EP, or like what was the thought process?
Concept. I think so I had gone viral on TikTok, which is like honestly the worst thing that can ever happen to you. But within that, I had a lot of things happened to me that year that the EP was coming out. I had like my new outfit coming, and I had like all these new songs that I was doing. And I guess seemingly in a way you could see that they have no connection to each other, but like I don't care. I'm crazy. And I really wanted to give the outfit and the concept that like blew up on TikTok like one last hurrah, while still bringing in like the new era of me at the time. So, my first EP was called First Contact, and I was like, well, the second one's got to have some kind of like, because it's first, second, second. So I wanted to call it Second Sighting, and because of that, I was like, oh, well, second, like with the number two, and there's like two versions of me that are like colliding with each other. I think the original concept that blew up on TikTok was like a very like, I think a lot of people say like Space Channel 5 kind of aesthetic, like very clear cut, like spacey future retro outfit. And the new one was very different, still spacey, but like really like cutesy, kind of a little chaotic, but still very much me, and definitely I would say more idol. So I was trying to like use this EP to like have them cross paths with each other as I move forward, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I called it Second Sighting, and that's why I have like songs on there. I won't tell you which songs. You have to figure out yourself. They sound like there's two versions of me singing on the same track. And hopefully if I get the money, then I can make the music video for them one day. But we'll see. We will see. Yes.
Hopefully you will. Yeah, so like several of the tracks were released separately as singles, like prior to like the EP like coming in full. What would you say was your favorite track to work on?
Oh no, there's so many songs.
Gotta choose.
You're evil with asking me. Honestly, let me see. I think I seriously love every track on the EP, but the Denial Age is just like with Sick of Humans on the first EP. Denial Age was the song on the second EP where I actually sat down and like I knew exactly how each instrument I wanted it to sound, and like exactly how to like compose it in my head. Like I could hear it so clearly, and I took the time with the composer Jim, or the producer Jim, and I was like, Jim, this is how I'm hearing this song. You're gonna make it happen exactly how I hear it in my head. And like they did, and we did it like back and forth, and then I got it like mastered and everything, and it was like, that's my baby. That's definitely like, of all the tracks, that's like my baby, where like the lyrics are on me, the instruments are on me, every single sound in there, except for like the dance break, I let Jim have a little like creative freedom, but everything else is like all my ideas, and I love that song to death.
Yeah, I like listening through. I think like when I first discovered like, or like fully got into kaigai, I did listen to Phoebe's album, and then your album as well. That was like in November. So like I got fully like into your stuff, and like the whole EP, keep calling album, but like the whole EP is really good. So
thank you so much. Yeah, I love, honestly, like Phoebe's big inspiration for me. I especially like Chill Beats to Buzz to. Ooh, I told you I was like really feeling funky stuff lately, and that's why I chose Abduction. Like every track on the Chill Beats to Buzz to is insane. Like so, I definitely like get a lot of like inspiration from my peers, if I'm allowed to call them my peers.
Contemporaries,
like,
peers.
Yes.
Adore. So it was like 3 years since your first EP released. How, in your perspective as a creator, like how much have you improved since then?
I'd say here's wait, where's it on the computer? Here's First Contact, and here's Second Sighting.
So significantly improved in your eyes.
There's definitely, I think, visible, I guess, auditory improvement. I think I'm a little more sure of myself now, I've learned a bit more since the first EP. Honestly, I if I could go back, I would tell myself to not make a whole EP. I was like, I would probably just say focus on one song. Cause why? Why was I so obsessed with doing an EP? I do not know. Even now, I'm like, why did I spend the whole year making an EP? But like music wise, I'm not afraid to ask people. Like I'm not afraid to like say what I want, and I'm very patient with myself. Like I'll set a date, but I will like, push things back if it's not what I want, but I'm also not like letting perfection kill the dream. So, I say there's like improvement there. I'm still not super happy. Like there's always room for improvement. My voice could always sound better and stuff like that. And I really did have a whole visual um plan like for the like music videos and stuff that was supposed to come out at the same time as Second Sighting, and so many things fell through that I am just not happy about. But I think that's got nothing to do with the music itself. I think I'm very proud of where I was at the time I released the EP, and within that where I'm going to keep going as I try to release more music.
Yeah. Like, I did a deep dive prior to doing the show of all your music from order, from release order. And yeah, I'd say like there's definitely a lot of improvement from First Contact into Second Sighting.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so cringe.
No, you're not. Like you said earlier, you wanted to like you would have just spent the like time just focusing on one song instead of an EP. Was there like anything else that you would have done differently?
For for First Contact, like
for Second Sighting, for Second Sighting.
For Second Sighting, yeah, I think I honestly I wouldn't have put I know it seems crazy because I did release like a whole mini album, but I wouldn't have put so many of my eggs in one basket because like I told you with the music videos, I had this whole visual plan that I wanted to get released at the same time as everything else. That's why like there's the lyric videos that come out at the beginning of the year, and then like it kind of just tapers into like there was a lyric video and then a music video and then like no more visuals after that and then just the EP. I kept like finding a producer and focusing solely on that producer because they said that they could work with me and they understood my vision and they were going to make it happen, and then nothing happened, and then it just kept happening over and over again where I was like finding somebody, oh we can do it, oh it's not going to happen, finding somebody, oh we can do it, oh it's not going to happen. And I think I should have honestly been a little bit less trustworthy of people and like evil in a way where it's like you say you're going to do that, but let me look into other options, that way I can still get things done on my schedule. But because I had to like put all my faith into these people who said they were going to do, just time just kept passing, and I had no choice but to either like push things back or just like strike them off the schedule. And so many things got striked off the schedule because of that. And I think music wise, I'm really proud of the EP. I think, yeah, I don't have any. No, I mean, it could be improved. It could be improved for sure. But I really feel like I did my thing with that EP. But visually, I could have done so much more if I had just been harder on myself and been like, you need to just figure it out and not trust all these people.
I mean, there's always the opportunity of whenever there's like another project. So
I think I'm not gonna let these die. I have all these ideas that I'm just dying to get out of my head, and I think like Atarashi Gakko released the music video for Otona Blue like 4 years after the song came out. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna, if they can do it, I can do it. Whatever.
Yeah, like Tyler the Creator, like recent example, he had like an MV for Darling I. That song came out like last year. So
see, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think even like, I know this is not a good example because she has the money to do it in a timely manner, but Meg Thee Stallion did not think Mamushi was going to do as nearly as well as it did. So when everybody was going crazy over that song, her team came together like at the last minute, was like, okay, I guess we'll figure out a music video for this one. And like they knocked it out of the ballpark. Now I don't have those kind of resources, but it's always good to know that like you can come back to something later with a different expectation than you had for it originally.
For sure. Well,
Yeah.
can't wait for the stuff whenever it happens. Hopefully it happens.
It's definitely gonna happen.
All right. Let's go to our final section of the interview, which is future/retrospect. Slightly serious question. So both you and Barry are some of the most prominent US kaigai idols. But also
Barry's up here.
no, you
I'm down there.
come on, man. Imposter syndrome sucks. I know for a fact, but like, come on. But both of you suffer from unwarranted backlash from let's face it, like people say like you can't be an idol, da da da, you're not Japanese, da da da. From people that aren't even in the community, right?
No idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, right. They're tourists. But like, how are you able to turn that negative into a positive?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no. So like, can we just circle back to like, I'm the dystopian pop idol. Like, I'm a doomer at my core. I'm low-key a very depressing person. So like, when I get those comments, I am not thinking about, am I going to turn this into a positive? I cry. Like, well, at the start, it was like very overwhelming and scary. And even though people are like stupid and objectively wrong, it still hurts, you know? So like, I'm very sensitive. I get in my feelings and like, it bothers me a lot. Like, congratulations, bullies, you won. But I think at the end of the day, I'm very delusional and I see this for myself like so clearly. Like, obviously the path isn't clear, but it's like, I just know that this is something I can pull off if I just don't give up. So I don't listen to people nearly as much as before the TikTok thing happened. My comments don't get read often. My messages don't get read often. It's actually very sad, like, because now I feel like my core, like my real fan base doesn't have as much access to me as they used to. But you got people slinging slurs at me in my DMs, so I'm gonna I'm gonna try and like avoid that. But yeah, I think, you know, people always say like no publicity is bad publicity or something.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, I can't answer your question like earnestly because I don't think I've made it into a positive. I think I'm just like, I just ignore them and then just keep doing what makes me happy until that works out, which I guess is turning it to a positive in a way. But it's very jarring because, as I told you, even when I was in Japan, nobody made me feel weird about not being Japanese. All of the idol scene before, it was very niche, but we were there and nobody ever made me feel weird about not being skinny enough or not being pale enough, you know?
Right.
So like getting that whiplash overnight, I guess it's like, I'm not naive, I'm not an idiot. Like, I know I'm a bigger girl, I know I'm a darker person, like I know I'm not Japanese. I'm not trying to be, I never was trying to be. I'm just here vibing with everybody else. And so it was like whiplash seeing people like sling that back at you, like, no shit. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
You can curse. You can curse. The Australian idols, they cursed a lot here, so you can curse.
No, it's just like duh. Like, I know. I see myself in the mirror every day. I'm not ashamed of being alive, you know? Like, or any insult anyone's ever had to say is so preposterous. But I'm a human being at the end of the day, and if you keep trying to say something to me like an insult, I'm gonna pick up on it, you know? I think I just get over it, honestly, and it's probably not what you want to hear. I do not have a good coping thing. I either ignore it or I let it hurt me and then I get over it, because if I'm not anything else, I am productive, and I'm not gonna let it immobilize me for too long. So I literally just forget about it. I'm just like, okay, well, I'm over it. So I gotta, like, this song's not gonna write itself. I gotta go back to work, but nothing's gonna stop me, you know?
Right.
I'll just be a little sad while I'm working, which honestly, I'm sad all the time. If nobody was bullying me, I'd still be sad about the state of the planet, the state of my country, and there's always going to be something to be sad about, so you're not going to like make me worse off, you know?
Right. Like, I guess, like, personally relatable, but like, I got my first death threat, so that's crazy. I'm like, whoa, for something so minor, I'm like seeing that is so jarring. So I can kind of relate, like seeing that. I'm like, oh my god, wow. And then
That's insane.
and then going back to whatever. So like, yeah. But I like, for you, like you posted like one TikTok where the comment was like, you can't be an idol, blah blah blah, you have to perform in Japan, and then you posted yourself performing in Japan.
Bring in Japan.
Yeah.
That's why it's so stupid. Like, people will literally be so quick to type something and not take a step back to be like, do I actually know what I'm talking about? I seem to feel really strongly about this. Let me go ahead and verify my facts before I go in this person's face. Because 10 times out of 10, anything that anyone's ever said about me negatively in the comments is completely unfounded.
Right.
I promise you, I'm not a perfect person. You could probably find a reason to like validly hate me, but even that's gonna be so trivial. Like, I am a person. I'm not for everybody, you know? You're never gonna be friends with everyone. But I make music. Maybe your ears like that, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters, you know?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, like, if you keep doing what you're doing, and like, yeah, like, there's always gonna be people that really hate you.
Yeah.
I think like one of my Oshis was like, if you have haters, it means you made it, which is like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Rhea.
People say that a lot. Like, they're like, oh, well, at least, you know, they're commenting, which means that like your algorithm's doing good and like people are keeping their eyes on you. And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong, but it's really fucking annoying. But they're not wrong, I guess.
You know, something a little bit more positive. Do you have like a favorite performance that you've done over the past year?
Over the past year? Oh my god. You know what? I did a show in, where was I? Earlier this year. I was really all over the place earlier this year. Ooh, excuse me. I had a burpee.
That's totally fine.
I did show in Seattle earlier this year with my friends. Barry was there, Phoebe was there, Miracle was there, and we did this anime night skate that Miracle organized. And I guess it wasn't the biggest stage I've ever been on, but it was so unique and like refreshing that it kind of felt like the kind of things that I see happening in Australia, where people are innovating and trying to do more like community driven things to like, you know, keep things fresh and fun for everybody. And that was just a really fun show. Like, we were in the middle of a skate rink and people, like, you know, they buy their skates and they go skate around us while we're singing. And I was like, this is so different and fun and exciting. Like, that was probably my favorite show of the year so far.
Yeah, I remember like seeing some people's IG stories. I think it was like, yeah, Rena Keaton, and yeah, like they showed like some footage of that, and I'm like, wow, that's actually cool. Like,
it was really cool.
Yeah. Hopefully
we all
there's
got
more.
to do like a finishing collab thing with all four of us at the end. We did like a Pretty Cure song, and like as a soloist, I just don't do a lot of like group things. So, I mean, I probably wasn't perfect for the collab, but it was a lot of fun to like do something with other people for once.
Well, hopefully there's more events like that, or like more unique events, because like roller like a roller skate venue is definitely something to see.
Crazy.
Contrast to that, what would you say is like your toughest performance that you've done over the past year?
Yeah. What? My stuff. They're all hard. They're all hard. They got me on the stage for like 60 minutes.
What?
I can't pan the camera down because I'm in my PJs. I told you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I broke the illusion. But like I'm not a tiny girl, you know, I'm a big girl. I'm from Texas. Everything's bigger here. I like to eat, you know, I'm a little chunky. My stamina is not where it should be. I be getting tired. Like this past show, I just did a show here in Texas, like I think last weekend. I had the wrong shoes on.
What?
Because I found out the shoes I usually wear are worn out because they're the shoes I usually wear. So at the last minute, I grabbed these other shoes that I have that are like really shiny. And I guess there was a reason I stopped wearing those shoes. So I put them on behind stage. I was like, oh my God, these hurt so much. And so I did like 45 minutes of the show with those shoes on.
Oh.
And then for the last song, I was doing my MC. And I was just like, you know what? I can't do this. And I kicked the shoes off in front of everybody. I was like, I can't. They hurt too.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So
I did what I do, and the last 10 minutes were amazing. But those first 40 minutes killed me. That was the toughest performance I've done all year. Was wearing those damn shoes. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, at least the final 10 minutes were pretty good.
And the shoes are in the Goodwill bag now.
Oh.
They're gone.
That's someone else's problem.
That's someone else's problem. Probably comfortably fit them. They're not made for my feet, okay? It's a no.
As someone who's, I guess I would say, tenured in the idol scene, is there anything that you would want to improve on?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything. I need to work on my vocals. Every time I record, I'm like, I am not a good enough singer yet. I definitely could be a stronger dancer. Not just like stamina wise, like I was telling you, but like I feel like with all the years of dancing, even before I was doing idol stuff, I was doing odotemita, I'm still not a strong dancer. I think there are some things that formal training can give me that I'm just not gonna realize I need to pick up on my own. Everything. I feel like a lot of us have pivoted more towards streaming, and I did used to stream like very, very pre-debut, like on Nico Nico Dogo and stuff, but I was never big into it, and I do feel like that's something I kind of need to adapt to moving forward, but I just don't feel like I am a streamer, you know? I don't know. I guess I'm technically streaming right now. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. Like, I know I've been doing this for like a long time. People see me like, oh, she's always been here. I don't feel like I've always been here, and I feel like I'm only just getting started, and I have so much room to grow. I have a long way to go. There's so many things.
I mean, I'd say like every idol, like even, you know, if they debuted like 10 years ago, they would definitely say that they need something to improve on as well. So yeah.
I think it's also important to remember that like in the textbook definition, like idol is a path for people that are not fully polished yet.
Yeah.
And like in Japan, people will leave idol and then go pursue something a lot more like polished and professional and clean your stuff, you know. I feel like I've seen a lot of extremely talented idols like in my time here that, you know, could just keep being idols in my opinion, but you know, they go on to bigger, better things, or you know, private things, and that's great for them. I'm gonna keep doing this. I am so delusional about bringing idol culture to the States, and I'm gonna keep doing it for as long as I can, and hopefully get really better and define it for myself. That's in a professional way. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, you're making the effort because like people are wanting to see you and wanting to like see you perform.
Really?
Come on.
Terrifying. You're right. Thank you. I'm pretty great. I will give you that. I'm pretty awesome.
You are. um, as Idolize is watched by either like pre-debut idols, people that have debuted, even like people that have tenure. Do you have like any general advice that you would tell them?
Um, no, I used even before everything like blew up, I was getting like DMs from people like how do I be an idol? And I still tell people like, I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I don't know how I can help you. But I think the main thing is like as a person, as just a human being, you experience so much in life and you see so many things that you like think are fun or think things that you want to try. And I think you can't just keep sitting there asking, how do I do this? Or like, I want to get started doing this. You just have to try. And I know that's not like a very clear answer for people, but it's the answer. You just have to go for it. Especially with Idol, there is no clear path, at least in the States. You know, in Japan, if you want to be an idol and you don't really have your own vision for it, you just want to be an idol, you can go audition and you can just keep learning like how to better and better audition until a group picks you, until a company signs you or something. But that's not necessarily the case here. It's still the Wild West. It's still like, you know, no clear path that you have to make for your own. And I think that's very like overwhelming for people where they just kind of keep dreaming and not taking that first step. So more than anything, you got to take that first step. Whether that means posting covers on YouTube or going to ask for permission to perform in the hallway, or honestly now it's even easier with the idol festivals and stuff. You could probably get that to be your first stage and you can start practicing on that, or you know, you can just keep it to yourself and like dance and sing more in your bedroom until you're ready to try and like go out more publicly. You just have to try instead of ask, like no one's gonna have the perfect answer for you, so you just have to try something, and then when you realize what's sticking for you, really latch on to those and be consistent. You know, I work a lot on my idol stuff every day, but I still could be better with my consistency. It's all about finding what works for you, having discipline, being consistent, and that honestly goes for anything in life.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know. It's like a big answer, but it's a really simple one. Just do it.
Just do it. Try it and
Yeah.
be consistent. So
Yeah. Mhm.
I definitely get it. Yeah, like a lot of idols, I would say that I've interviewed definitely said, try it. If you don't like it, whatever, it's fine. And then if you
That's
do
the
like it,
thing.
keep going. So yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, I was doing a lot of stuff pre-debut and I wasn't enjoying it. And I was like, I thought I would like this so much. Why do I feel like I'm not myself and I like don't feel right? And it's because I was like trying so hard to be like what I felt like an idol had to be and not just being myself. And then when I finally made that realization and just started being myself, it became a lot easier for me. But within that, someone could still be like just being themselves, being an idol, and they could realize like, oh, this is a lot of work and I'm not having fun, and I could be using this time to work on something that is fun for me. You should definitely stop if you're not, if it's like not fun for you, because if you're doing it and it's fun and maybe you're not getting the numbers that you want but it still makes you happy, there's no reason for you to stop. But even if you're like doing it and you're getting all these numbers and stuff but like you're not having fun and you're not actually enjoying what you're doing, you shouldn't keep doing it, you know? Like, I don't know, do what makes you happy more than anything else.
For sure. For sure. um is there, like, you did talk about like looking up to your peers, but is there like anyone in the kaigai idol scene that you really look up to?
Phoebe. Phoebe, Amuse Project. Uh, Gosh, I think the community as a whole is just like really booming right now. I admire so much about people, like little things here and there, like I'll admire this about this person or this about this person. But I think I really like what Phoebe's doing lately. Like after everything that happened with the whole V shoujo situation too, she's still like, well, I'm gonna keep being an idol, and that's very admirable. And I just love her music. Yeah, I'm really looking up to Phoebe right now. This like I dragged her to be in my show because I'm like, I love you. Come here.
Come here. Austin, Texas, October 4th, also my birthday. So
Happy early birthday.
happy early birthday. A present that I can't go to.
It's okay. I've gotten so many comments like when I announced that they're like, "Oh, that's my birthday." How many people are born October
October
1st?
4th.
Like, what's happening 9 months prior? What day is that so many people are being born on the 4th? I'm sorry. I just think like there's a lot of birthdays. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. But happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
But yeah, it's great that like you got Phoebe on the show alongside
Yes,
the Megami
yes.
Maids. Yeah.
Yes.
We did talk about like you wanting to just keep doing this and like getting the culture in the States, right? How long do you want to like keep at it?
I'm not stopping.
Non-stopping?
I'm not stopping. I'm not. I know people are probably like, oh, you should do this for a while, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. I have no plans. I have so many ideas. And I need to see them through. You know, I am like crazy. I'm delusional and I'm crazy, and I just need to see them through. Even if it doesn't end up working out for me or whatever success is defined for you might be different for me. I just want to see all of my ideas through. I want to be able to pull it off, and then maybe I'll think about taking a nap. But I'm not doing that anytime soon. I really have so much I want to accomplish being an idol. I'm so happy to keep trying to be an idol.
For sure. Like I'm genuinely I'm very excited at like the future projects that you are gonna have. So
A lot of fun, exciting announcements for my one man. That's things that are going to be happening and whatnot. And I'm very having fun planning my future right now.
I kind of want to say like you did also talk about it. Like you wanted more unique events
Yes.
in the US scene, but is there anything else that you would want the scene to improve on?
To improve on? That's actually a good question. I don't know. Honestly, I'm sure there's a lot of room for improvement. It seems like everyone's just trying to do something to like, help the community thrive. And yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of room for improvement. To be honest, I haven't had the chance to go to too many things. I'm still performing at mostly anime conventions, and those can always be a little more. It's kind of still like we know that idols are something that people want at our con, but we don't know how to like really take it, like really make it shine. So I think just people investing in idols more, I think, is the thing that needs to improve as a whole. I know we're getting there, but this is just another facet of the entertainment industry, and all those other artists, that you see getting opportunities and getting like the resources to grow and stuff is because people are investing in them. Like whether it's individuals or small companies or big companies, they take the time, they understand the importance of like the artistry and what it needs to thrive. And I think we're still struggling to get those kinds of support from our community. Like everybody has to figure out things. Everyone's really resourceful, but it's not enough. If we want to be bigger, then we have to not be afraid to take those risks and invest in ourselves and to find investors,
For sure. Like we are at a good place compared to like a couple years ago, but like it could be bigger. It could be bigger. Yeah.
There's potential here, but the potential needs like something to go into the fire to make it grow, So
another question that I usually ask everyone, like usually the second and last question, what would the current you go back in time to like right before the you that was about to debut, what would you tell past PAiDA?
Oh. To take a deep breath. I think to really honestly take a deep breath and to take my time. I think I'm no different than I was back then. Like, where I have so many ideas and I'm just desperate to get them all out. But now I am like at a point where I can take a step back and be like, okay, what idea though? Let's actually sit down and flesh this out and see what can like meaningfully happen with this idea, and then build everything around that. Whereas before I was so overwhelmed by all the ideas that I had that like I was just rushing to get something done, and there's no cohesion, and like nothing's ever going to be perfect, but like things could have been executed a lot better. And I think like just take a step, just take that first step and really sit in that first step and like just review everything that's going on. Take a little time to learn more, do a little bit more research, talk to more people. Don't worry about time. That's a big thing. Everybody's always worried about time, and just it's gonna happen. It's gonna work out for you, especially if you take the time to like make sure that you're happy with it before you move to the next step. Yeah,
For sure. Good advice that you would tell past you, and it'd be like applicable advice for everyone else or anyone else.
I think so. Yeah.
One last thing. Anything that you want to promote? Upcoming performances, new songs, new album, whatever.
I have my one man. Wait, do you have that one picture?
It'll come up. It's on a slideshow. It's on like a 10-second timer. Oh yeah, there's second sighting.
That's my album I released in November. Go stream that.
Stream it.
Where's the next one? I'm gonna talk about it. I just announced my first one man. Oh, that's the single from the EP. Wait, is it looking this way? I'm looking the wrong way. Okay. I just announced my first one man live called Give Up Humans, Enter the UFO. And it's my very first, it's me taking my own advice and investing in myself. So it's my first standalone concert here in Texas where I live. And I'm using all of the money that I've slowly accumulated over these years to pull off my first standalone, self-funded concert. And Phoebe's coming, and Megami Maze is coming, and we're going to have Halloween costume contest. There's going to be new merch. There's going to be a lot of new things. I don't want to give everything away, but it's very scary endeavor for me, a very fun one. Oh, there it is. It's right there.
It took a while. My bad. My hard drive is very slow, but yes, there we go.
PAiDA's first one man live. Yes, and it's gonna be really fun and spacey and cute, and there's gonna be a lot of fun things to do. And I'm really trying to take everything I've learned over my career, everything I've learned in Japan, and make it my own. So I hope that when you come in, you don't feel like you're at an anime convention. I don't want you to feel like you're at a Taiban. I don't want you to feel like you're at anything in Japan. I want you to feel like this is a whole new experience of idol culture happening right before you. And we are honestly running pretty low on tickets. Like, we sold out of the VIP, and the other ones are going pretty steadily. So I'm dreaming of my first show being sold out, and I want to use this as an investment in my future. So please come. Please get your tickets. It's going to be a good time.
Please go.
It's right there.
Austin, Texas. Data Lab. October 4th.
Data Lab, October 4th.
Buy tickets.
Same weekend as Austin City Limits. So if you're here for Austin City Limits for some reason and you don't want to see one of those big fancy celebrities, you can come to that show.
I mean, it is good timing. Like, if they, want to like watch another artist,
That's how I feel. I was like, oh, they can see the local scene and then see me and be like, that's not what I thought the local scene would be like. But it'll still be a good time.
Yeah. Well, we usually end on a segment called the worst pep talk ever, where I give the guest a bad pep talk for 1 minute. But as you are someone that day one was one of 6 guests that I've wanted on the show, I'm throwing the timer out the window and we're just gonna do no time limit. So here we go. There we go. PAiDA, there is a reason why years ago the only 2 kaigai idols that I thought of were Phoebe and you. So you are doing a lot of good stuff. I would say like Second Sighting is really good. Second Sighting is probably like one of my favorite like kaigai idol projects, and alongside Space Express. I want you to keep doing what you gotta do. I know there's people that doubt you, that like don't think you're an idol, but you gotta keep going. And I know like you doubt yourself. I like the people that like went on a bullet train to see you. Like that is amazing. Take that as like a positive. I know like imposter syndrome sucks. I get that a lot, but like yeah, take that as a positive. There are people that are coming to see you from all over the place, and people that want to see you. Like for me, I was way too late because like in joining the kaigai idol scene, because with Northwest Idol Fest 2024 you weren't there, but you did participate the year prior, right? Yeah. So I am anticipating seeing you perform live whenever that happens. If you do have like a show in LA, please, because that's near Vegas. But keep doing what you got to do. I'm very excited with the future projects, and I would say like your music instantly clicked with me. I think that's like, I would say the very first time, like boom, I really liked it. I really liked like all of your stuff. So please keep going. Please keep doing what you got to do. And I'm very excited for the future. And that is it. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I appreciate it. I really.
Yeah, these pep talks are bad. I don't know why people like them, or people really want them. No,
they're so good. Wait, what is it?
What?
Was it? Is that Pingy? Is that Pingy?
Yeah,
Pingy?
Pengy _time.
Pingy. I love me some Pingy. Yay! Thank you so much. That's very kind of you, and that means a lot. I think, I care a lot about my music. I think there are like, so everyone has a different reason they want to be an idol, and I genuinely want to make good music above everything else. So that's why like I was bummed about the visuals not working for Second Sighting, but the music being good was more important to me, and I'm really glad that you liked it. I hate myself like a lot, so
I do the same.
So I try to make things I'm proud of and make things that I feel are fun and good, to try and find like the good in the world again, because it's just so awful right now, and it's so hard to like anything. But you know, as much as I hate myself, I love myself, and I think I deserve to be happy, and I think everybody in the world deserves to be happy. So I'm just trying to vibe with my dystopian doomer music, you know, to make people smile through it. So it means a lot that you actually enjoy the music the second you hear it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, PAiDA, for accepting this invite. Like out of the blue, I was like, I should email PAiDA, and you got back to me. I'm like, oh my god. So thank you so much for taking the time to be interviewed on here. This is probably like one of my favorite episodes to do. So
really?
Yes.
I feel like I just yapped like too much. So.
No. That is the point of Idolize. But yeah, if you haven't followed PAiDA, go follow PAiDA. I think PAiDA.space has all of your social media, Instagram, Twitter.
There's my name.
Yeah.
Right there. So just Google that. Don't Google. Well, if you're gonna Google, do minus AI. Sorry. I'm that person.
Yeah, you know
But
what? Yeah, AI sucks.
yeah, AI sucks. But yeah, look up PAiDA, or if you want to go to my website, there's PAiDA.space, and that has literally everything, including tickets to the show.
Yeah.
That I'm doing in October. So, yeah, go do that and check out my music and get ready for. I mean, it's a couple months away, but there's gonna be a lot of exciting stuff in the couple of months. So.
Yeah. Woo.
I'm a professional. I'm promoting myself.
But thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. Thank you so much for Phoebe's raid, and anyone that didn't know about PAiDA and dropped in, listened to PAiDA's like career or journey or whatever. Become new fans of her, please. But yeah. For IDOLEYZ, next week we are doing a doubleheader. We are doing 2 episodes for next week, which is kind of crazy, but we got to do what we got to do with our schedule. That'll be announced tomorrow. The VOD for this episode with PAiDA will be up tomorrow as well. I'll be posting it on Twitter and IG, and yeah. Take care, brush your hair, be kind, rewind. We'll be going to our ending screen. And by the way, 3 down, 3 to go. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye. Wah! If I can go to the ending screen. Wah!